I was going to say good morning, but I think it's good afternoon now to everybody, at least by my computer. Good to see so many friends. Thanks for joining us. So we'll get started here, maybe another minute or so as people join in. And I want to make sure to respect your time this afternoon as well. All right. Well, I think it looks like have a pretty good group of folks in. So I'm going to go ahead and start. First, basic question. Can everybody see the shared screen? I'm hoping. Great. See some heads nodding. Thank you. So first of all, thank you for joining us again. I think I know many people on this call, so I feel that maybe I'm Chuck Dunlap in case you don't know me or I don't know you, et cetera. And Tim Callgreen is also going to be helping with this presentation today. And actually, Tim, if you want to go back to the first slide briefly. There we go. Thank you. So that was the welcome. Thank you for being here. Welcome. A couple things we're just going to kind of lay out here. First of all, while we're here to support the Mock Trial Diversity Initiative and all of your support for it, thank you. We really appreciate it. It's been a learning process for us. It's the first time we've done it. But I think we have some really exciting things to share with you and give you an update on it. And it's sort of engagement time. The mock trial season is upon us. And we've sort of moved past our We the People competition from the December timeframe. And so we're refocused our efforts on mock trial. I wanted to also then, if you want to, so we'll click to the next slide and just kind of remind everybody of who we have involved. And it's a great group. Again, many of you represented on this call, but it's great to have so many supporters to this initial effort of ours. And Tim's trigger happy. And appreciate you being here with us. I will, as we're going through, if you have questions, feel free to just put it in the chat or let us know. We want to make sure that we answer all of your questions as our core supporters for this effort. And again, we've had a few more new folks join us since I think the last time we talked from the sponsorship perspective. And I think, Tim, we're officially $50,000, which was kind of where we were hoping to get. So thank you for the support financially. Thank you for the support participating. The opportunity is coming up for that, and we're going to talk more about that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Tim, who's going to walk us through much of the next part of the presentation. And again, if you have questions, comments, et cetera, please let us know. And again, we will try to respect your time and be out of here by 12:30 as well. So thank you again.
Sure. Thanks, Chuck. And I don't know what's playing nice with the PowerPoint. I clicked once and it seems to go twice. So hopefully we don't keep doing that throughout this presentation, but sorry if it becomes a little disjarring there. We want to showcase and remind you about what our Mock Trial Diversity Initiative is. There it goes. And what our outreach was looking at. We were looking at schools that were 50% or more non-white, 50% or more free and reduced lunch. We reached out to all the schools, had some great conversations with teachers and administrators, and we're excited that 8 schools have signed up and were a part, or have indicated they would like to be a part of that diversity initiative this year. And I think it's a great geographic representation around the state. But we've got 8 great schools that are excited to be a part of this. And so those listing are there. We did indicate in there about legal advisors. I'll end up talking about that in a little bit through the presentation, but just wanted to kind of showcase these schools. Here's that impact as it relates to the entire mock trial program around Indiana. It's just under 30%. It's going to represent just under 30% of the entire program that is going on that are participating through this initiative. So those are our stats there, the number of teams that are coming out of these schools, how many students are coming out of the schools. And so we're really excited that the impact we are making with this. So that is what we have reached out with to the schools and looking at that. So thanks again to all of the support that we've gotten from externally to be able to impact all of these students in the program. Our next we're looking at is the engagement for our partners. And so one of the first things that we'll talk about is being a legal advisor. And so one of the things that we wanted to be able to help provide to the students is the ability to have somebody there to help provide legal knowledge to teachers and students. These are not, the teacher didn't go to law school. The students are obviously 15, 16, 17 years old. Anything that you have in your knowledge base is going to help them. And so any of these abilities, that things like reading and editing opening, closing statements, helping with a witness preparation, helping what is courtroom demeanor and etiquette, just some of those basics that an attorney can help. And even if you aren't a litigating attorney, again, you're the one that's gone to law school, you're the attorney there, you're going to know more than that 17-year-old student. And so any of help that you are willing and want to give, it'd be great. What we'd look to do is just partner up with an advisor at a school and be able to partner that to help blend what you know and how you can help with the students there. Hopefully it's not a large commitment, but put in what you're wanting to do as well. It's one of our flexible pieces, and being able to work directly with students. Knowing today's circumstances, it could be via Zoom, it could be via email, it could be via phone, it could be in person. But that's where we'll be able to have you in touch with the teacher to be able to best blend what you're able to provide with what the school's needs are. The other engagement opportunity we want to talk about is the actual competition that's coming up. And so we are coming up in February, will be our regional competitions, and we are needing people to judge the competition. So you'll be able to see this. And I think somebody on our staff here is going to drop that link into our chat box. And so what that would end up doing is you would offer us a couple hours of your time to be able to judge the competition. And so a trial has 3 to 4 members of a judging panel, and they will be able to evaluate, all of the judges will evaluate and score the students. And you look at the different trial elements. How well did they do on their opening? How well did they do on their closing? How well did the witness answer questions? Things like that. We're going to, of that judging panel, one is the presiding judge. You're going to be the one that kind of controls the courtroom, rule on objections and motions and things like that. And so if you are doing that presiding judge role, we do ask that you have a law degree, but the scoring judges don't need a law degree. So as you're talking with your friends and colleagues and anybody around the office that might not have a law degree but still wants to be a part of it, this is one way you can do this. We'll have training available for it so everybody feels comfortable and confident going into it. I will have a slide later that will show you the dates and everything, so we'll have that, but those are coming up in February, and it's just a couple hours of time to put that together. So those are our 2 big engagement opportunities that are coming up in the immediate future. I also just want to take a moment to reflect back on what this diversity initiative has offered to these students. And so we were able to cover grants to help students work on the funds associated needed with mock trial. So anything that related to teacher stipends, their food practices and competitions, business clothing, their registration fee, teacher sub pay, the competition due, again, our circumstances in our communities, we moved online as a competition. So there might not be as much transportation need, but helping out fund with the technology. If they need a new webcam or a microphone or something like that, these are all funds that are helping to that. They all got a base grant of baseline funding. And if they advance to the state competition, through your support, we have additional funding to help them continue the process throughout it as well. We've provided resources in a mock trial toolbox and giving them some resources and supports that way. Introduction videos, some graphic organizers, documents showcasing how the program aligns to the state standards, some past mock trial cases so they could look and understand them, and a video of last year's state competition as well so they can see what the competition looks like. And then, as we talked about, the legal advisor assistant through our partnerships with law firms like UIs. So what are we looking at the next steps here? We're going to ask you to help become those two pieces, become a legal advisor or help judge our competition. So if working directly with the students is something that is of interest to you and you want to be matched up with the school, please let me know. There's my contact information on the screen. We'll help partner up with you and see what we can work with that and help match that out. We also have the competition coming up. Those are the dates coming up. We've got February 19th, February 26th, March 12th. They are all Saturdays. Like I said, each one is a couple hours. So there's a morning round, an afternoon round, an evening round, whatever fits in your schedule, in your availability. It would be great to have you. The locations that are listed, those are where the schools are coming from. We're still trying to hold what is the Hammond Regional and what is the Indianapolis Regional. So those are where the schools are coming from, but that doesn't necessarily mean where you need to come from too. Whatever your schedule availability allows. If you might live in Indianapolis, but February 26th works best for you, we'll virtually send you and click you the link into South Bend or something like that. So whatever matches your availability on dates and time, it would be great to have you. As noted there, our main website for the Bar Foundation, but again, check the chat box. There is a link directly to that form where you can sign up for it. So that is where we were looking at. Just wanted to make sure we gave you an update that we were so excited about the outreach that we have, the impact that you are making with this. And again, nearly 30% of all of mock trial in Indiana is going to be impacted because of this diversity initiative. And so we're really excited to showcase that. I wanted again to at least pop up my contact information so you have that for the future, to feel free to continue to reach out to me. But I also do want to pause to see if there are any other questions or comments that we can help out with.
I want to say just a couple quick things, and then any questions, feel free. I think I put in the chat, this is the largest number of schools we've had in our program, so we're really excited about that, even in the COVID reality that we're living in. And some of the things too, the legal advisor part, because that might be new to some folks. What does that mean? And I think Tim did a good job of sort of fleshing some of that out, but it could mean a lot of things, and that's the sort of the takeaway. But it could mean reviewing statements, reviewing things, and giving them sort of what's courtroom etiquette like. I don't know how to do these things, and the teacher may not. So there's things like that that are practical. And I wanted to give you a brief concept of sort of the timeline. We released the case in late October, so they've had some time to be working with it, and they have been working with it. Now that it's after the semester break, they're coming in and they're refining things, and I think they can really use some of those legal resources and mentoring opportunities that you all might be able to provide to them. So, and again, Tim, do you want to maybe go ahead to share again those schools that are out there? Let us know if there is a school listed there that hasn't indicated that they necessarily need legal assistance that you want to work with. Let us know. We're happy to contact them as well. And I strongly suspect that they would say no to some assistance from folks. So if there are any schools there that are listed that you have an interest or connection with or relationship with, or one that's nearby, whatever, let us know, even if it doesn't have an asterisk with one of the specific ones that requested legal assistance. So I'll pause there, and I think if there's any questions, we would be happy to answer them.
I know we went through that pretty quickly, and we just wanted to make sure that we gave you that update, and so that you felt informed and engaged with what you and your firms and your organizations and your community is working with. And so we're pretty excited of where this is coming out, and we hope you share with us in this excitement of this.
And one thing too, I won't call specific names because there's many of you who have this experience, but if anybody who's been a judge before for mock trial want to share any experience that you've had, hopefully good, with the group, feel free to, because I think hearing from a colleague what it is to them, and then what the process was like might be meaningful too. Or if you've had experience on the legal advisor front as well, but I think there's fewer of those that might have had that.
Hi, this is Shelley Jackson. I'm calling in remotely, but I wanted to this year, and I have served as a judge for my trial, not a ton, but for any of you who are feeling like it's a great process, and there's essentially a lead judge who will kind of walk you through and make sure you know what you're doing, and give you the cues that you need to serve in your role through that process. And so I found it to be really interesting. The discussions are interesting. The students just love the feedback that you give them, and they do a great job. Very, very substantively impressive when you are working with them on these cases.
Thanks, Shelley. That's great story there. Appreciate that.
And something else I too just wanted to let folks know, there are several of you on this call that we're already working with to match, and we already have sort of matched some folks. So don't think that we have forgotten that we've done that. And so just, if you haven't contacted us already, there's an opportunity to do that. And many of you and some of you already have.
This is my teacher wait time just to do one final double check if there were any things that we could help clarify or answer questions. But like I said, I think, as mentioned before, our goal was just to keep you informed and share the excitement and what this actually is going to do for students around the state.
One other sort of plug, Scott Barnhart, who's on the call, and myself are on the National High School Mock Trial Board. And they also have moved their national competition to a virtual format, something that we're intimately familiar with since we hosted the national competition, I can say about last year, virtually for the first time. So what that means is that you don't have to drive to Kalamazoo, Michigan to do it. So if you are interested in not only taking part in our competition, which we hope that you do in some way, but if you want to judge the national competition, for those that participated in our hosting of it, I know I see many faces of folks that did, it'll be just as easy. You can click a button from wherever you are and appear virtually in Kalamazoo, Michigan, or wherever the center of operations is going to be for that. And that's another great experience too. Indiana will be sending a team to nationals. Of course, we don't know who it is yet, but we'll get there. And then it's a great opportunity to see teams from all over the country and some international teams. There's a South Korean team and some other countries. And I think there's a few other international countries that are interested in the program too. So it's always interesting to see that perspective as well.
So at least not hearing any other questions or looking at that, I kind of just want to say thank you again, one more time. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your help in putting this together so we're able to give this opportunity to more students around the state. And so we appreciate that. We appreciate your time today, taking a little bit of your lunch break to be able to hear this update. If you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to call or email, and we're happy to keep you updated and provide the information for you too. Judge Phil's off to look. It's right kind of at the beginning of May is the national competition. The exact dates I can look up, but that's about when that will fall. But if there's anything else that you need, obviously we're here. But thanks again. We appreciate your time and thank you.